that worked. Okay, so I'm a minute early, proud of myself. And also we are back to Crazy Hotel Wi-Fi, which I'm always on the road, right? Crazy Hotel Wi-Fi. So if the Wi-Fi drops out and we lose signal or you can't hear me anymore, don't even worry about it. We'll just call it a day. But I had this sudden urge that we should, if I was in the UK, right, and this was a normal world that we lived in, which it's not, we would go to the pub. Like I would ring and say, let's go to the pub. And we'd just be in the pub now. And that was the urge I got. So here I am. Hello, Miami. Golly, I'm going to see you soon, Miami. Hello to everybody, and thank you for all being here. You're just darlings, you are. I just say, listen, guys, we're going down the pub, and you guys all rock up. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you like these. I decided to reward myself two things happened. Number one, I got put in a hotel that is opposite actual shops. And I don't have a car here in America. You don't need a car to get there. And, I will schlep. But they're literally there. So then I got involved in the whole outlet store thing. Then I got completely carried away because I haven't been in a store really for like 4 months. And so I bought myself a present. Then I felt guilty. So then I had to go and buy. Oh, I know what I needed to show you. Hold on. Well, not that you're not going to go anywhere. Hold on. Okay. It's okay. Don't panic. I'm coming back. And I know we have mixed reviews about this top. I know. We may never see it again after tonight. But as you know, I like to think that I look like a angel in it, or possibly a butterfly. Actually, I just look like a haggard old menopausal cow with clothing issues who doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that she's rapidly aging and will be in the grave before long. Oh my God, I miss an American outlet. I'm telling you, where I am here, I think it's 175 outlets across the road, which also explains this thing that I have to show you. I'll show you in a minute. It's an embarrassing story of tragic proportions, mostly because I'm an utter cockwomble. Also, something else that happened today, I ran directly into, at kind of old lady speed, a fly screen door. In America they have these doors that keep flies out, but the glass is open, yes. So I misinterpreted, that's a political way of putting it, I misinterpreted that the door was not open. And so I ran out, except there was a fly screen there. You may have noticed my nose is also a considerable size. I'm a proud Roman, obviously, in a past life. And so I ran full pelt into the fly screen door, and my nose, I swear to God, I thought I'd broken the bloody thing, which would be embarrassing and quite the job to fix. And there were people watching, and there was no getting away from it other than saying, okay, I just made a complete twat of myself, which I did. So twat of myself story number 2 is, when are you coming back to England? Okay, so I'll go there first before we do twat story 2. Twat story 2. Oh, that could be great, couldn't it? They should think of doing this, twat stories. Disney could do them. Twat story 1, twat story 2. I'm not saying I have to feature, but clearly my life would be a good example for them to follow. So how it works, here it is 5 o'clock, and I have my last gig tonight here in America, in Palm Beach, in Florida, with young people, a room of young people that I will be inspiring into our brilliant fight for what is normal and real, which is all I do nowadays. And so because it's my last gig, that's why I decided we needed to go. I think someone might knock on my door in a minute as well. I'll answer it if they do, and you can just bear with. I love the cleaning staff in this hotel. They're brilliant, all of them. I tried to get one a pay rise this morning, but I failed. I went and lobbied the manager, but he said she'd already had a pay rise, so she couldn't have another. So it's my last one tonight after 114 days on the road, 1 suitcase, repeat outfits that you've seen a lot. I know, we're going to change up the wardrobe soon, I promise people. Believe me, I'm sick of that suitcase. I think 65, 70 something events, flying every other day, 12 states, rallying the rebel armies of America. I am going to be coming home. I won't be saying exactly when I'm coming home, as you will appreciate. I will let you know after I make it back in, if There is, of course, people say, how did you do? How do you do? How did you get to... They don't say that. They don't say, how do you do? They say, how did you get to America? How did you do? How did... Yeah, see, do. But the answer is, I can't tell you the answer, because it's like people say, well, how are you going to get back in? I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that my husband's there. I do know that my children are there. I do know that no other country wants me. And I do know that everyone has to live somewhere. Like, even if you're Shamega Babum, what's she called? Shamima Babergen? Shamima Bababa. Whatever she's called, she's allowed to live somewhere. I mean, at the moment, it's a frickin' tent in Syria. Even though she's tried to go like, hoochie coochie. She's got like tight pants. She's got her boobs out. All courtesy of her legal team, obviously, who are like, dress Western. They might let you back in. So she's like, wow. My name's Shamina Begum. I used to be a jihadi bride, but now I'm a I don't know what that was about. All I'm saying is Shamima Begum, if she can be allowed to live somewhere, I can. I've never even chopped someone's head off. I've never even slept with someone who's chopped someone's head off. I mean, they say that. I might have. I mean, you can't tell, can you? If you sleep with people, you don't ask them, oh, by the way, did you ever chop someone's head off? But I'm not typically attracted to guys that would typically be the sorts of people that chop people's head off. Although we can't say that, can we? We mustn't speculate, we mustn't generalise. We mustn't say it's a certain population that seem to like chopping people's heads off. No, because that would be wrong. And that would get us banned from everywhere, wouldn't it? Yes, and litigated against. Yes, that's right. So we don't say that anymore. We just make smart references to the fact that I've never chopped anyone's head off. Therefore, I say I should be allowed a land in which to live, and my land is the UK. So I will be returning, I will be coming home, and I will see my children. And I don't know how, and I don't know what they'll do to me, but frankly, they can kiss my scrawny ass. Which has got, yes, so the other question I get, which is not just, how did you do, which is get to America. The other question is it real? Yes. Yeah, I don't know how people ask me this shit. It's like some people go on my YouTube or whatever and they go, well, if you were really brave, you would have done this. This guy did this. It's like, what the fuck? What more do you want? Just because I'm a woman, what? And then they say, is your tattoo real? It's so, like, over the span of 10 years, all the shit that I've done, like slept on white farms whilst they're being attacked, faced down the hordes in London, gone to the migrant camps, schlepped through no-go zones, like full on, and ended up in some pretty not so ideal situations. And people are asking me, is your tattoo real? Like I'm going to be frightened of having a freaking tattoo on my arse. It's really odd. I face down mobs of angry men spitting at me and trying to stick fingers where really they shouldn't be sticking their fingers. I'm not a glove puppet after all. And people want to know, is your tattoo real? Yes, it's real. I have deported the stamp tattooed on my arse. Because you can deport my arse, but you cannot deport the truth, my darlings. And in terms of my return to the UK, you know, who cares if it's real? I believe it is. Yes, it bloody is. Come home and save us. I'm coming. And I know everyone's saying, please could you add more dates to the tour? Because it's not really a tour at the moment, it's just me on the end of Blackpool Pier, right? Just like, boop, boop, boop. If I have to swim to that freaking pier, I will. If I have to helicopter in, I will. If I have to get winched in on the end of a line, I will. Because I am being in that venue and doing that stand-up. And I'm hoping that those dates can become many. And I'm hoping that once we break through the silencing that I've had for 5 years in the UK, unable to speak on any stage or any platform or anywhere, with your help, and that's why you attending and selling it out has been amazing, because with your help, there can't be a reason why I can't do a UK tour. And if I could stay and just do what I do, which is try and lift people up in the UK, that's what I'd do. Of course I would tour the UK, of course. I don't think I would ever leave it. It's the first country I signed up to fight for. I signed to join the British Army when I was 21. And it doesn't, not all of it's going to be a fight anyway. It's just going to be us in a room laughing at the fact that when I sneeze, I piss myself. And I got caught trying to dry that in a Dyson hand dryer. You know, that's pretty much the material we're going with. Right, let me show you. Yes, exactly, a UK tour. But I think what we have to do, my darlings, is we have to break the back of the control over me. So if we can break the back of that by holding a successful event, it breaks the grip of the strong arm of all of those who are scared of my voice and allows me to get back on stages. And I think it's the only way. And I think actually that's the reason, right, that I've been in the States doing this. It's because how long can you keep selling out across the States and be denied by your own country? But we'll see at Heathrow. If you work for Border Force and you're going to be working Heathrow in the next, little while, keep your eye out for me. Give me a friendly wave and I'll target your desk. So, embarrassing old people, Scotland. I'd love to come and do the tour in Scotland. And although I'm banned from Wales, I think we should just bloody well rock it around Wales as well. Because how long can you be banned from one country for? So I've officially turned into an old person. Please put your mask on. We might catch COVID watching this video. In fact, that was the thing that drove me to say, let's go down the pub. It's a good point. Because the Austrians, the weirdos in their hoodie, wearing their bloody, what do they wear? Suspender things with tight shorts, like the men like to wear those like leather chaps with the braces. And I've been to Austria and I've been to all of those beer festivals. So when they have those braces, they hoik them quite high. Like a British guy would like wear them low and think it was a bit of a gag. Austrian men like to really rack it. If you're Austrian and on your hair, tell me. They like to rack those leather slacks up high. I think it's because they like the feeling of their balls on the leather. And I'm imagining much of it is pleather these days, so it's probably quite sweaty and quite grippy. So they like to have, I think this is the truth of the sort of Austrian, German, Bavarian situation, is that they like to have their sort of scrotum resting on those lederhosen, and that's why they wear them. Always a bit weird. Never was one for Germans. Not in a racist way, more in a sort of, cultural way. They just love a rule, German people are very odd in that way. I'm not being anti-Germanic. I'm just saying, not in a sort of Faulty Towers way, or hello. I'm just sort of saying they love a rule. They're just sort of, I'm so gushy and cuddly. And if you had the opposite of a Katie, it would be a German. Very in control of yourself, very rules. They have a subway system, right? An underground, whatever. Been in America so long. They don't even have ticket barriers. I've told you this before, I'm sure, at pub night. They don't even have bloody barriers, but they buy tickets because it's the rule. Germans are only allowed to cross the road at 90 degrees, right? So none of this bimble, saunter, dodge a car that I do everywhere. They have to cross the road at 90 degrees. And they all do. And if you do a me and go, boo-doo, that's quicker that way, they'll look at you like you've taken your clothes off and rammed a cucumber up your ass. They're like, oh, look at that shocking woman not crossing the road at 90 degrees. It's a German thing. Anyway, back to Bavaria and leather shorts and lederhosen. Why were we talking about that? Yes, Austrians. They have locked their own people down, but of course not everybody. Oh no, oh fuckity no. No, you're fine. If you've had the state injectable, you can waft about in Austria, hoody-goody-poody-foody. You can look at the mountains, buy yourself some milky chocolate, and feel great about life. If you're a woman, you can wear one of those whoop tops that they pull in here so that they have like a shelf, don't they? When the Bavarian men are wearing the leather chaps, the women do this thing, which actually, those outfits look amazing on large ladies with massive tits. Like the whole beer festival thing. If you're a chunky monkey, which we're not allowed to say because it gets you an Instagram ban, but if you're like, boo, you look brilliant at a beer festival. In fact, Weight Watchers should think about that. Because Weight Watchers could do Bavarian beer festival trips. Because all their peeps would look amazing in the outfits. It'd be a fun thing. They could drink like ultra light beers. I mean, it'd be brilliant. Why has no one thought of that? Busty women look brilliant in Bavarian costumes. That's an important point. The other important point is that who the hell locks down the unvaccinated, please? And yes, the reason I was bringing us to our pub is because Germany. has just announced 14 million of its citizens may now be locked down for refusing to have a liquid injected in their arms. I just wonder if you sat down with your, 10-year-old self or, 14-year-old self when you're having funsies and you're sneaking out, you're trying to get into clubs and things, ordering, what I used to order, Coke, Bacardi and Coke. When you're doing all that stuff, if you could sit your 14-year-old you down and say, in your lifetime, however long it shall be, when mine's turning out to be very bloody long indeed, Jesus, I was supposed to be out of here at 35. I'm now 46. I'm like the yogurt in the supermarket that no one gets to read the sell, or no, what's more like me? Things that have a long shelf life, but you never throw them out because you think they last forever. That's like me. I had a sell-by date stamped on me a long time ago, and I'm still going. Someone needs to come and clear me out at some point. Get naked. Really? Why? Did I say I would? Did I? No. Oh, because of the cucumber thing up my arse? No, I don't know. We're not getting naked because I lose my Instagram, which I don't particularly care about, other than I won't get to speak to you, and that would be sad. Shall we try and get to the point? Shall we? The house imprisonment, the imprisonment of unvaccinated people in their own homes, the removing of vital care workers, NHS staff, for not getting a state injectable. I mean, can you even imagine your 14-year-old self being told this stuff and thinking, nah, that's bollocks. That couldn't happen. We're free to do this and do this. I remember the time of the first package holiday, right? Do you remember? Anybody on here? Everybody's probably 300 days in Australia. Oh, my heart. 300 days of house arrest in Australia. Part of me, selfishly, and this is a terrible thing to say, I'm bloody glad I got deported because I'm shit scared of what would have happened otherwise. I think I would have still fucking been there. I mean, what is going on is just unbelievable. But firing nurses after people were, psyopsed into clap, 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 I'm being locked up. Yay, brilliant. Keep those nurses at work. Oh, we're being locked up. Amazing. And then now this, locking down the unvaccinated into their own homes as a punitive gesture. And they've just announced some. You'll see, take a look into who sits behind YouGov, the agency that have now come out and said 58% of Brits support locking down the unvaccinated in the UK. Shit me. When I get back, I think it's time for Hopkins to get on the road and let's do some surveys of my own, shall we? Let's see how many people will front me down in the street and tell me they agree with locking up the unvaccinated. Because I tell you now, I can ask 4,000 people just like these poxy people did, and it ain't going to come out as 58%, because that's how surveys work. They ask the people they want, they get the response they want, and it's not 58% of Britons, it's 58% of the people they targeted to ask for a response that they then agreed was sufficient for their means that they then publicised. Blech! Honestly, we live in this time, and the only thing I can say that's great about it, don't be scared. Don't be scared, anybody. People are telling me they're scared. Don't be scared. You mustn't be scared. There's nothing to fear. I don't fear anything at all because I have such faith. When you become truly free, you can throw yourself to the road. And when you throw yourself to the road, I believe your path is already set. So you have nothing to fear, be you fired, be you cast out, be you alone, because your path will reveal itself. And I have found in my life, subsequent to being cast out from everything, that my life has been far better, far happier, far more successful, not in a visible way, but in an emotional way, than it ever was when I was one of the highest paid journalists in the UK. So never be afraid. And if all you fear, the most fear you could have is the end. No? The end is what people fear. They fear death or the act of death. Don't fear that either. I've been there, close to it. I've been taken to the edge of it, and it isn't scary at all. Anybody else who's had life-saving surgery or believed they were gone and then weren't gone will tell you there's a period where you've experienced incredible calm. Nothing concerns you, nothing worries you anymore. And if I could recollect the feeling of the end again in life and bestow it on others, which is what I try to do through laughter, you'd never be scared, because the end isn't frightening at all. It's the most calm you'll ever be. And I say that as the most frenetic person on the planet. So don't be afraid. Even if they take your home, someone will come and we'll find somewhere to live. If they come for your children, you can start a fight. Someone will turn up and save them. It happened for me. And if they take your ability to have a voice or a place to be, you'll find another way. So don't be afraid. Stick with me. I tell you, don't be afraid. I'm a twat, but I'm not afraid. And you must not be either. I promise you, it's why I have the strength to do what I do. Because I'm fearless. Because it doesn't matter. Come take it. What are you going to take? You want my top? Take it. You want my earrings? Take it. You want to end me? Try it. See how you go. It's been long. I'm knackered. So, embarrassing me moment. Here we go. Back to the funsies, away from my sudden outburst of, which is the strength of what I believe. I had a mother moment. I'm in Nike. I don't go in Nike. I thought it was always pronounced Nike. I've learned that it's called Nike. And I'm amongst all of these boxes. They mean nothing to me because I don't understand footwear trends, nor do I really give a shit. And also, I just need a pair of running shoes. I can't go home. I'm getting them, hold on. I can't go home with these. I don't even want to tell you the truth of, oh my God. I don't even want to tell you the truth about these sneakers, but all I can say is we're glad it's not smell-o-vision, and they're not coming near a plane, they're not coming near my feet. I haven't got the capacity or the space, or I don't even have the stomach for it. If there was one reason to wear a face mask, it's those sneakers, trainers. So I went into Nike and I was like, right, I have 10 minutes, I'm buying running trainers. I went to a young, cool black dude came over and I was like, right, okay. What goes on in my head? I was like, okay, I literally did do this. Now that I'm playing it, yeah, they're nuclear trainers. They are actually. I'm just going to kick them a little bit further away. Hold on. That is proper. That's proper minging, as my kids would say. So anyway, I'm in the Nike store and this guy comes over. And of course, even though I'm like 110 and he must be like 5. And obviously I've decided that clearly, what is that thinking that goes, yeah, he'll think I'm cool. Yeah. So I said to him, I was like, hi, excuse me. Could you tell me, are these sneakers supposed to match? And I had honestly been opening up the other boxes, right? And I had opened another box and I got out another blue one. And I was like, well, that is just typical of lazy people. I may have said lazy Americans, but let's not go there because that's definitely racist and I love America. These lazy people, they've opened 2 sets, they've tried on 2 pairs, and they have not even put them in the boxes properly. Oh! So I'm busy tidying boxes in the Nike store because I'm a good citizen and I'm not having that kind of behaviour. And then I get 2 blues, right? And I put them together and think, good, I've got a pair of blues. And this is obviously sensible 46-year-old running wear. And the guy comes over and I went, can I just, because the 2 blues were the same frickin' foot. Which I would have purchased and then obviously had to run like a twat because I'd have had 2 right foot shoes and no left one. And I said, oh God. I said, could you tell me, are these supposed to be 2 different colours? No, Katie. Oh no, I'm doing the Joey Deacon. What is it about the Katie's arms? I always end up doing the inappropriate Joey Deacon. Anyway, no, Katie, they're just that colour because that's their colour. It was a design mistake made by Nike, you know, the internationally renowned brand that's known for being forward thinking in its design ideas. Yeah, they made a design mistake. Yeah, and they needed your little white ass in their little shitty outlet store to tell them they made a design mistake. Hold the line, we're gonna ring Global Brand Design because you've just discovered something no one in the whole of Nike knew. Yeah, well done, little wrinkly white lady. You're so... Oh, thank God you're in this store, because shit me, what would we have done with Nike without your genius? Yeah, so that's probably playing in his head. And so here they are. They're my new sneakers. If you see the trainers, if you see me out running in them, I don't want any comments about you've got the wrong shoes on. My father, I already know. His material is now lined up for the rest of the year. Oh, you got your old shoes on again. Oh, could you not afford a pair? Oh. So these will be the family jokes that I now have to endure. But the cool, trendy, young black dude at Nike, who obviously is like probably trying to date me. Should I check my other phone? Like, is he probably texting? He's probably texting. As we speak, he's probably asking me out for a... I don't know, what do young people drink? Is he asking me out for a Merlot? The guy from the Nikes. I'm sure that'll be what that text that you just didn't hear because it didn't come in just was. It was the guy from the Nike store, the hot young black guy asking me out for a Merlot. Anyway, that's the story that went on. That's essentially how every day of my life goes. Also, let me tell you, I've received notification on my phone that I've been given a health and safety warning by Lyft for not wearing, I've been reported by a Drives for not wearing my face mask in the lift. Let's face it, I don't wear them in any Ubers or any Lyfts because me and Drives always have chit chats. We have a lovely time. I always have the window down and no one ever seems bothered. But some little twat has just reported that I didn't have a face mask on, which is rude. They should be blessed. I have British teeth. I hide them behind a face mask. Now they get to see them and realise their teeth are better. My nose, a face mask hides this. When it's out, they can see they're genuinely better looking than me. And I chat away and I always tip, which now means I've tipped someone that freaking well went behind my sneaky little back and reported me as a health and safety hazard, which I am. I am a biohazard. I know that, but come get it. I've stayed in a Motel 6. There's more biological material in a Motel 6 than there is on my vagina. Anyway, I'm very cross. If you're a Lyft driver or an Uber driver, you have something to say, you say it to my face. You say, lady, wrinkly lady, put on your face mask. And if I want to get where I'm going to go, I'll put it on. If you don't want to drive me, you say, get out my car. I'm fine with all of that. What you don't shitting well do is wait till I get out of your car and then message your frickin' employers who don't give a shit about you, by the way. I tipped you and I talked to you and I treated you like a human more than they'll ever do. Don't go dobbing in on me behind my back. So screw you. Screw you. And if you work for Lyft and you can tell me who it was, tell me, because I will hunt them down. I have a special set of skills. I will find them. Right. Good, I think I feel better. I think I'm ready to go out and do my last gig. I will not get emotional. I will not get upset. I will find... It's in a coffee shop. That worries me. Bloody hope it serves wine. Otherwise, someone's going out. Or Uber Eats is coming in. Definitely not Lyft Eats after I've been reprimanded for showing my face. Right, my darling. I should be on talk radio. I know. And we all know I should have a radio show. We all know that the boys know that too. And the boys know that I do better than radio than they do because my listener figures were higher. It's why they all just hide. Hide, don't have her on, don't mention her, keep your jobs. The cowardice is real, my darlings. Why do you think I'm not anywhere near Farage? He knows I'm smarter than him. And I have better teeth and better breath. Okay, my darlings, I love you all. And thank you for joining me impromptu. That was very nice of you. And I can't do a podcast. I refuse to do a podcast. I will talk to you directly without being paid. And I will wait until someone finally gives me the radio show they know I should have. So, my darlings, I will love you and leave you. I hope you sleep tight if you're in the UK. If you're just waking up in Australia, I suggest drugs and drinking. Just drink drugs, nudity, anything that gets you through the day, my darlings. I'm here. But the number one thing is, don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear. And if this was to be our last day or tomorrow, then bloody well just go live it. The worst that can happen isn't actually that bad. And I've had most of those things and it's still fine. Okay, see you on the other side? Who knows?